opposition ahead of a new round of street demonstrations expected next month.
After all the political bickering over whether to hold the 9/11 terror trials in New York City, it may boil down to one thing: money. Mayor Michael Bloomberg did a 180 on his decision when he realized it could cost the city about $1 billion in security fees. What does it take to secure a major city during a high-profile and controversial situation? Our next guest was responsible for planning for disasters and catastrophic events in New York City during the Giuliani administration. Let's bring in Thomas Ruskin, former New York City police detective and president of CMP Security Group. Great to see you.
Good afternoon, Greg.
If it's true that the White House is retreating, why? Is it money? Is it risk? Is it, the sort of nightmarish inconvenience of people who work and live in Lower Manhattan? Is it an idea that really never made sense?
I think it's all of them, Greg. I think you hit the nail on the head with all four of your reasons. I think that the security nightmare to Lower Manhattan and the fact that community groups and other people and businesses and the police department have all said, what are we doing here and what is this going to do to our city? Commissioner Kelly this week came out and said it would raise the terror alert in Manhattan and New York City 1 degree up just to have the terror trials here, not to mention the logistical problems that it would cause.
Yeah. Senator Dianne Feinstein, who chairs the Intel Committee in the U.S. Senate, sent a letter to the president urging him to move it out of Lower Manhattan. And her argument was that the Christmas Day plot is evidence of a continuing effort by terrorists to strike at the United States. And then she argued this. Let's put it up on the screen. New York City has been a high priority target since at least the first World Trade Center bombing in 1993. The trial of the most significant terrorist in custody would add to that threat. Now, I take it from your comments you agree with that, but what would it take to secure it?
Well, you're talking about hundreds of police officers, uniform and undercover officers, not to mention emergency service officers taking up points around the courthouse and around Lower Manhattan. You're talking about the logistical problems of moving the terrorist suspects to the courthouse and to wherever they were housed every single day, not to mention the traffic nightmares, as well as you would be mobilizing the FBI and the New York City Police Department command centers to follow up on any leads on terrorism every single day and send the Joint Terrorist Task Force out every single day on leads that may be developed.
Yeah, just the police checkpoints and the vehicle searches and so forth would render Lower Manhattan an essentially a fortress, and the damage to retail and other businesses there would be incalculable. To what extent is an alternative site, let's say, for example, a rural area or a remote region, how much is that easier to protect?
Well, a military base, listen, I personally don't feel it should be anything other than a military trial, but if you're going to try him in a regular court under regular rules in the United States of America, you have the same logistical nightmare no matter where you put them. If you put them on a military base or you put them in a secure area already, you minimize the amount of security that you have to plan for and the logistical problems on a day-to-day basis with police and military.
You may remember when the announcement was made in November by the Attorney General Eric Holder, he stressed the importance of symbolism of trying Khalid Sheikh Mohammed near the site of his heinous deeds. Risking the safety of more American lives, is it not, is a pretty large price to pay for symbolism?
I think that the price of symbolism to the city of New York alone, we're not even including the federal bill, would be probably upwards of $1 billion. That's what the mayor has looked at, not to mention, as we talked about, all the problems and the logistical nightmares that it would cause the people of the city, and the fact that it would put the crosshairs again on the city of New York for some terroristic nut to do something else anywhere else in the city while the trial was going on, just to emphasize their cause.
Thomas Ruskin, thanks very much for being with us. Good to see you.
Greg, good seeing you again.
Well, for the first time, the popular